Hello everyone, what's up? It's me again, Junkmonster3, and yeah, I'm finally back with the top 5 of the month for the month of April. I'm so sorry that I haven't posted any videos in quite a while now. I've just been tired and I've been busy with other stuff, so yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. And yeah, I will always, I'm gonna try to make a new horror review video in a while as well because I think there was a quite a while since I made one of those, and also I think I have like one or two already filmed update videos which I have not uploaded yet, which I will get to eventually as well. So yeah, enough about that talk now. We're gonna continue with the top 5 of the month for the month of April. And at number 5, we have a. If you wonder why I look at this direction, is because I have the list over here, so on the computer. So first up at number 5, we have a film called Ring of Steel from 1994. It is like one of those typical type of fight to the death type of scenarios. Really, I mean, like these like tournament fight movies that were really popular and really were a big thing in the early 90s because they made so many of those type of films. And I'm sort of a sucker for those like fight to the death type of films in general. My only complaint with this one is that this one pretty much lacks blood and gore. I wish they could have done a more violent type of film with this type of concept, because it's basically about this fencer, I believe it's called. He accidentally kills like an opponent in the ring, and there's like this really slimy mafia guy that just, or like mobster basically, that sees this as an opportunity to recruit this guy to his like illegal fighting ring or whatever. So and of course the guy who accidentally killed this guy, he just doesn't want to be a part of that whole community anymore, so he just pretty much retires until this mobster just uh, approaches him, but like, would you like to be a part of this? And he doesn't really know what he's going in for until it's pretty much too late. So yeah, this is a really entertaining film. I just wish that, I think was released in the UK on DVD, but I think that's quite like out of print at this point. So, but that's definitely a film that I need to look more into, because some of these films I actually did watch on YouTube, because yeah, some of these are pretty much hard to come across. But I'll always try to hunt down those films that I don't have in my collection yet that I've been a fan of. So yeah, Ring of Steel at number 5. Sorry, I just mumbled 3 minutes now about this film, but yeah. At number 4 is a film. I'm not sure this might have gotten a DVD or Blu-ray release. Well, at least not a European release, but from what I can remember. But the movie is called The Borrower from 1991, directed by John McNaughton. I probably butchered his name, but he's the same guy who directed Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and this is just a complete other type of film, really. This is more like a sci-fi. Would you say action? A horror comedy sci-fi type of film. This is just all these genres combined, and in the beginning you're really feeling like, well, where in what type of direction is this movie gonna take? But I would really like to mix with all of these genres. I think they did a really good job for what they had. And unfortunately, I think this film was like not made in 91, but it was like filmed in 87 or 88. But no company just wanted to bring it out on any format, so it ended up being in Canon's catalog. So they pretty much bought the rights or something to it and released it on VHS back in the day. But I don't really know. I'm not really sure if this movie has ever gotten a DVD or Blu-ray release. That's just what I wanted to say. So, but anyway, this actually has some of the same characters as in the Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer film, because the main like alien guy is played by the same guy who played Otis in Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. What's his name? Tom Towles. Sorry, I just completely forgot his name. But yeah, he's like one of the lead actors in this. So yeah, The Burrower, really entertaining film. I want some sort of company to bring it out on Blu-ray or DVD. So yeah, The Burrower. And then at number 3, we have a film called Watching the Detectives. This is a film which has gotten a DVD release over here in Sweden, but apparently this was only released like as a rental copy for some weird reason. That's really odd because some films have those type of releases that have only been released on rental copies, which just is just baffling to me. But the main reason why I like this one is, I mean, when I say that this is a romantic drama comedy type of film, you probably think, well, are you really into those type of films? I thought you only liked like action, horror, and like drama film, like other drama films. But I would say the chemistry between the two lead actors, Lucy Liu and Cillian Murphy. I think his name is Cillian Murphy. I think that's the way you pronounce it. But I think they have really great chemistry, and I really like the fact that the guy, Cillian Murphy's character, he has this like VHS rental store, and he's like a little bit pissed off at like this local like Blockbuster, which pretty much takes over his business, or like just tries to like buy him out basically. So I really like the whole like the characters really builds this film and the chemistry between all of the actors. So that's the main reason why I like this movie so much. So yeah, Watching the Detectives at number 3. Then at number 2 we have a Corey Haim film, which is, I think this was like one of the very last Corey Haim films, one of the last films Corey Haim appeared in before he like took a break from acting in general because of the whole drug scenario, because he was really down on luck or whatever in his career. So, but the movie is called Without Malice. I think this goes under some other title as well, but this came out in 2003, and apparently it's like a made-for-TV film. And I was really surprised of how good this was, considering it's a made-for-TV film. But I think once again, this is a film that really is really good, because I think Corey Haim and Craig Sheffer in the film, I think both of those are really underrated actors in general, but I think their chemistry were really amazing. And it's like this type of thriller, like not murder mystery, but it's a really tense thriller, and you really sit on the edge of your seat throughout the entire film. And yeah, and I really like the snowy locations and all of that as well. So and this is definitely a film that needs a re-release, because I think the only release this movie has gotten is like I think it's an Australian DVD release, and I'm not really sure if that's like a VHS transfer or something on that one. So but yeah, Without Malice, I really enjoyed this one. So if you're a fan of Corey Haim and you find this one anywhere, pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So yeah, Without Malice at number 2. And at number 1 we have a film by William Friedkin, of course the same guy who directed The Exorcist. This is the film he did in the early 80s. I think this came out in 1980 to be exact. And this is one of the films that Al Pacino just refuses to talk about to this day. And the film is called Cruising. For those of you who know the backstory about this movie, is Al Pacino is like this police officer, like police guy or whatever, and he goes undercover on this case, because there's like this crazy serial killer going around killing like gay men in like not in gay bars, but they pretty much shot some of the sequences in this film in real gay bars locations. So and apparently Al Pacino was so like disgusted or something while he like went into this role, because of the whole I think he just felt everything was so sleazy, because apparently they did shoot some of the sequences on some of these locations, and they were like really crazy at that time. So now I'm just mumbling here, but yeah, I think this is really great. And even though Al Pacino refuses to talk about this one to this day, I think his performance in this is what really carries this film. And the whole mystery towards the end is really great as well. And I won't say that I think all of the actors involved in this did a really amazing job. And yeah, if you're a fan of William Friedkin, or if you're a fan of Al Pacino in general, and you like those like early 80s, like really filthy, sleazy, like disgusting movies in general, Cruising is really great. And apparently this was because this is a really weird release. This is like a Korean release, but apparently this movie was really like, I think it was banned and even like really like heavily cut back in the day because of the content. Because I think some of the sequences were like cut altogether because it was like some sort of like softcore pornography in a way that William Friedkin shot, that were like pretty much cut from the film, and I think that's pretty much non-existent to this day. Like the negatives have just been destroyed or something. I'm just keep bumbling about like facts and stuff like that about this film, but I think this movie is really great, and yeah, I think more people should see it. Al Pacino, great performance in this one, and I really like this small little like cameo by oh, what's his name? The guy who plays Joe Spinell. Yeah, that he also makes an appearance in this one. So I always kept thinking about Maniac for some reason when he showed up, because this was around the same time they William Lustig directed Maniac. So yeah, Cruising, really great film. More people should check that one out. So yeah, that was all for this video, and I've been talking for almost like 12 minutes at this point, but hope you enjoyed, and yeah, keep your eyes open for the next video, and see you next time. Bye bye.